Masculinity. This term continues to pop up in any conversation regarding male self improvement. It is this great ability you and I possess, brother. We have it. You and I are born with it. And it is an imperative for us to use it in life. But then this is what always happens to me. I think, great, my masculinity. Yes, let me transmute that into the my daily to-do list, and I will perform these important and honorable duties as a man every single day, as masculine as possible. So the definition itself is tricky because you have all of us living our own individual unique experiences as men. Yes, we may all be male human beings, and based off of this, there are a whole bunch of commonalities that unite you and me, brother. But at the very same time, we're still our own people, like unique individual souls. So I believe masculinity would have to be some sort of standard. We're going to need some kind of framework, okay? Some kind of rubric to follow that helps you and I, understand and learn. Oh, this is what positive, healthy, divine masculinity looks like. And then you can kind of take your own, measure it up against this framework and see how you come up. Is it looking good? Are you truly exerting the fullest extent of your personal masculinity on a daily basis? I believe the very best kind is Jesus Christ. Biblical masculinity. So that's understanding how to be the best man you could possibly be under the Lord God himself. However, tonight, I will use a man who really did exist. This fellow is not fictional. If anything, this film is a biography on him. And I have no idea if he is a Christian or not. I have absolutely no. I mean, the movie does not say it, so I don't know if he has personally, you know, any connection to Father. Of course, I hope this fellow does. But interestingly enough, whether he does or does not, his life story and the events of this film absolutely depict some of the best masculinity you could ever see captured on film. That, at the very same time, is very Christ-like. I think that's so interesting. Now, if you're running with me on this, before we get into the main header for tonight's deep dive and I reveal the film, I should say, I can't help but see healthy, positive, just a wonderful sense of masculinity. This is a great guy, and he's also it's not just that he's great, but he's also doing great in life. Wow, what a wonderful union that has to be. Maybe, okay, in a nutshell, that is a man's best life. Okay, you are your best self, and that allows you to experience the best kind of life that you deserve. Anytime I see a strong, accurate portrayal of this is a masculine model any guy can follow and do well with. Anytime I run into, something like that, whether it is imbued within a fictional character or a historical figure, some guy alive and well and walking around right now in the 21st century. Okay, it's rare, but there are definitely all sorts of cases across history and fiction. you're witnessing something special. This is a good one, because it, whether it's trying to or not, it always mirrors dad. I just think that's really interesting. The virtues, the teachings, all the advice. I mean, it's not though. they're they're meant to be followed, and in this way, Christianity does come with a set of rules and regulations for a typical human mind. I understand how that sounds, because there's something about just the human spirit to rebel. Okay. I'm not sure what's up with that. Could it be? Could it be because any human being is endowed with such profound capacity to express themselves? That's a very human thing. And so a person is born, grows up, and he's just like, I want to do that. I just really want to be me. But sometimes when you're trying to be yourself, then yeah, right, that almost inevitably is going to clash with these, you know, I guess I'll use society, societal standards of rules and regulations. Here's the thing: for God's rules and regulations, it's all in the Bible. Okay, I'm not trying to go there tonight, but they really are of the utmost benefit to you, not dad. It really does help you. It protects you. It actually promotes your finest well-being. Okay, because bro, that's like one of my core themes on this podcast. I continue to yap about us, men achieving their best life. That's a win-win. That's a win-win across all of eternity. That's very dramatic to say, but I believe in it though. I I I am under this assumption at all times. Okay, it's kind of it's kind of why this podcast exists, I guess. But I'm under this assumption that when in a perfect world, okay, where you got all guys living their best lives, the world is just going to be a much better place. For the world to be, quote unquote, the best possible planet for human beings to live on, you're going to need women to live their best lives too. See, here's the thing, bro. I believe when men are living their best lives, that supports, that helps women live their best lives. It's coexistence, and it's cooperation, and it's companionship. And okay, all right, let me let me set aside romance, because all right, brother, I believe that's our favorite part. But if I just set aside romance right now, it's just a simple fact that men being their best and women being their best, that needs to come together. I don't I don't mean it like that. I mean you just we're gonna help each other. Just make the planet just a great place to live. Okay. Since I'm talking to the boys, I always am. It's just a lot harder. Is this just me, bro? Oh, come on, man. You gotta feel me on this. Is it going to be easier, or is it going to be harder for baby girl to be her best self if we are not our best? Okay. All right. Maybe I am insane for saying this, but it's on my heart. It's what I feel. So I'm going to say it. I believe 100p. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely is going to make it's going to be way more difficult for her. Okay. When guys are just not doing well. Okay. And we got a whole lot of dudes today, all right, 21st century, in this unfolding, exponentially evolving digital era, okay, struggling, just having a really bad time. And it's like, hey man, I feel you, because I'm a guy as well. But what is the solution? You know, always got to be, you got to be so solution oriented. Okay, as you're listening to me tonight, and we vibe in, and you're thinking about how to solve your own life problems, the struggles that you are going through right now. Okay, bro, I guarantee you're going to have a much better time doing that as you exert to the greatest extent your own masculinity. And I want this to be practical for you. You're right. As little confusion as possible and the utmost clarity for you to do that, for you to be able to execute this like immediately, like tomorrow, okay? Maybe for the rest of today, as soon as possible. And that's why I got to bring in this fellow. What a legend. What an incredible story of masculinity. Okay, I'm saying it. I'm saying that this might be a little, like kind of controversial, a bold statement at that, but I do believe Father would approve, okay, of the actions of this man. And so the movie is Ip Man, 2008. Okay, and it's not just a heavy hitter because wow, it's got some of the cleanest kung fu choreography you're gonna find on the silver screen. But the story itself, the masculine themes prevalent throughout the film. I'll do my best. I try. If you know me, you know I'm going to dive as deeply as possible as I can into this, and I'm going to try to hit them all. But we'll see. We'll see how this gets underway. Before I go any further, I got to drop my usual disclaimer, brother. If you have not yet seen Ip Man 2008, starring the legendary martial arts actor Donnie Yen, go catch it. See it for yourself. And that primed you to be in the best possible mindset for you to unpause my episode, this one, and we can vibe. All right. There may or may not be spoilers ahead. You have been warned. Dude. Right off the bat, okay, interestingly enough, when we meet, I'm going to call him Ip, okay? When we meet Ip, okay, all right, because in the I saw the Cantonese version. I believe it's in Cantonese. It's in Mandarin. I'm sure there's an English dub version as well. If you're gonna take my word for it, I recommend the Cantonese with English subtitles. I think that's the best way to watch it. Is that the actual language the actors and actresses were speaking for the filming, the shooting of this film? I'm not sure, but that's how I viewed it. And the way that they call him is Yip Man, right? I think that's that's his name, Yip Man. Okay, but I'm gonna call this is my man Ip, and we don't see Master Ip. That sounds a little bit better, and he deserves it. Master Ip is already a master. When you and I meet him, we don't actually, we see him train. We don't see his process of ascending to his best life. We meet him smack dab in the middle of it. So, I mean, I guess in this way, as the movie begins, you and I get a beautiful snapshot of what you and I, okay, what most men are working towards in life. If you already have this, then you are in a wonderful place. Okay. And of course, what I'm talking about is the traditional, the classic, masculine fantasy fulfilled, which is really just him healthy and his wife married and healthy and his kid or kids growing up and healthy and freaking adorable. He's got all three living in oh my goodness, what seems to be kind of a a mini palace. They're doing great. They're doing wonderful. I'm not even sure exactly how he pays for all of this though. But then again, this is like olden times China. Not it's not ancient. It's just what is this? This is about a century ago because this is right before the events of World War II. So yeah, like less than a century ago. And he's just man, he's doing super well. He is the Wing Chun martial artist renowned for this style. He is like that guy for this specific style of physical combat. I am not that well versed in kung fu myself, though this specific art is called Wing Chun, and it seems to be a delicate fusion of offense and defense. So apparently, okay, this is like very surface level Wing Chun, but it's so deadly because when you parry and block, you strike at the same time. It's some sort of a simultaneous chain of offense and defense. When your enemy, attacks you, you use it against them. Okay, you just you divert the force away from yourself, getting out of harm's way, to then like finish that movement with a counterattack. It's just freaking mind blowing, honestly, to watch him do it, because it's like this just it's like one smooth continuous flow where you receive the attacker, okay, protect yourself, okay, you nullify the attack, whatever it may be, punch, kick, weapon, you know what I'm saying, chop, strike, slash, whatever, okay, and you go right back. You end it with you striking them. Really, really lethal stuff. It's freaking so cool. And he's a master at this. So that's his life. That is this man's life. Okay. He has dedicated his entire life to it. Okay, so right off the bat, we're getting elite levels of discipline. Okay, see, brother, right off the bat, this man has not lifted a finger yet. We're really just seeing like, oh wow, dang dude, like nice place, like this crib is fire. Okay, like your kid is really cute, and the wifey. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, but the wifey is gorgeous. Okay, you know what I'm saying? It's like you got to give it up. You shake his hand right there. Well played, sir. Extremely well played. Is a beautiful family, okay, and a beautiful home built on elite, consistent discipline. You are not able to build a life like this. Yes, it's traditional. Yes, it's the nuclear family unit, but come on, brother. You don't this stuff doesn't happen by accident in life. Clearly, right? You can see that Master Ip is able to kind of hold this air of steadfast composure. Okay. His tone, his mannerisms, just the way that he interacts with people, he is very calm. He's very respectful. Not too fast, not too slow. He's sincere too. You know what I mean? He and also with a sense of humor as well. Okay, I want you to catch all of this, bro. I want you to catch all of this tonight. Like, see how healthy he is, but it's his health is this integration, a balance of all sorts of domains a man should be able to effortlessly tap into. Okay, this discipline that I want to rest on here for a minute. Okay, come on, oh my god, bro, just like whenever he does anything that is combat related, you see it's unmistakable. Okay, the movement itself, it's so refined, it's so clean, right? This is the power. Well, I believe this is a personal interpretation, but if you want to take my word for it, this is the power of repetition. That's the name of the game for discipline. This is what it comes down to. This is such a brother, this is such a massive cornerstone of success. I don't care who you are, what you're trying to do. If you're trying to go somewhere, if you are trying to make something of yourself, brother, okay? How okay, if I could use God, you take us out of it, like you take man out of the picture. How in the world does anyone what did the humble carpenter teach all of us? He said, when you follow me, Jesus said, when you follow me, you need to take up your cross. Okay, Jesus, I love you so much. I'm down. Okay, let's do it. Right. And you pick it up and it's like, and then it's like, oh, okay. That's hefty. Like that's got some weight. How do you how do you right? How do you hold on to it? How do you continue to carry that burden, right? And keep up with the Son of Man? Discipline. It's not just discipline. It's more than that. But discipline is this exertion of it's you, brother, it's you. You're telling yourself whether you want to do it or not, whether you feel like it or not, regardless of the circumstances happening around you. Okay? Maybe you even got people chirping in your ear. You really shouldn't do this because you're not qualified to do this. You have no business doing this. Life in general has such a way with throwing all kinds of obstacles at a man to stop him from what? To stop him from moving forward. From just continuing. Discipline is saying that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. What matters is, can I or can I not take another step? When you do, it's just continuing to. The first step is massive. It's legendary. It's the birth of a king. You and a rightful son of the light. Okay, because you know what I'm saying. I believe all men are all sons of God. So that first step is everything. It is very crucial, extremely pivotal moment in a man's life. But to take another one and another one and another one, when you have at times you don't know where you're going, you don't know how long you need to like go for. How long is this going to last? How many steps do I need to take before any of this works? Before I'm actually able to experience my hopes and dreams, etc., etc. You have to always, you must use your own why, brother. You can never forget that. Like, why are you doing all of this? To try to have your best life. This is the beginning of the film. We immediately are introduced to Master Ips. Why? At the same time, we meet him. He's surrounded by it. His life is immersed in meaning because the love of his life is right there. Because his pride and joy is running around the living room next to him. And because he knows who he is. He is a man of hands and feet. If you want to just put that as modestly as possible, he is a man of what hands can do and what legs and feet can do. Okay? And he dedicated all of himself. He poured his life. That is dedication and so discipline at the highest level. To be able to achieve this level of skill and movement and lethality when it comes to CQC, close quarters physical combat. That is an excellent framework for any man to use to work with. Me, you, any guy that is serious about pursuing and living his best life. But when you have established this, you've taken the time to figure it out as Master Ip did. You may not have the things that he has, but if you're willing to continue, if you're willing to keep going, that's exactly what you're headed towards. I don't know if that's what you want. I'm very comfortable in safely assuming that, because most guys are looking for the love of their life and settling down and having a beautiful family with her. And then, you know, protecting that, raising your kids, and supporting everyone, including yourself, with your purpose. What you have been able to discover as most meaningful for you to engage with. Master Ip says this throughout the film. He says it over and over. I don't know much. Very, very humble dude. You love to see it. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And if you okay, and if you're talking about humility, okay, it does not get better than Jesus Christ himself. If like, especially if the conversation is concerning humility. And so he's always saying, I love this. You know, he's just telling people, I don't know much, and I'm not a businessman. I don't really know anything about business. You know what I'm saying? People be asking him too, because he's so freaking sweet and clean with the punches and the kicks and whatnot, and the counters and the parries and the reflexes. And people are just like, teach me. Oh my God, Master Ip, teach me. And he goes, I'm not really a teacher. Sorry. I'm just really good at Wing Chun. Wing Chun is who I am. It's what I do. It's just how I live as a man. And that's what I mean by purpose. Brother, you see how important that is for us to have in life? You know, right now, today, it's everything. It's actually everything. Because, you know, I'm sure you can read the playing field just like me. None of us get to choose what kind of, you know, historical timeline we are to be born into, but the one you and I got is this, and it's freaking awesome. Okay, I'm. This is very personal, but I'm not so. I mean, I had to learn the hard way though, so this took years. But I try not to get so caught up in all the doom and gloom, because if you want to, there's plenty of it. There's so much negativity everywhere that you so you could be the healthiest guy. You could be the healthiest, joyous, happiest, most peaceful dude. And if you actually intentionally look for negativity, within weeks' time, okay, oh my God, with social media, with freaking TikTok, within days' time, you are going to be the most depressed, sick, you know, unmotivated, okay, checked out guy. So that's why, even in the midst of all the difficulties of today, okay, I truly believe that's what makes the time period that you and I are alive for, especially if you're considering the American youth of today. And that's three generations right now. That's millennials, zoomers, and alphas. It has never been more important. I mean, it's always been one of the most important life pursuits for a guy, because you need something to be able to challenge you, to test you, so that you can mature and grow with. It's just everything. It's so compatible with your nature as a man. You men who embrace these qualities of male burden, leadership, you know, discipline, you know, the meaning of being a great husband, being a great father, uh, being a man that uh, others can rely on. You are a part of something that is bigger than you, because if you're not a part of it, it's not as good. Whatever it is, community, organization, a job, a team, whatever. This is why earlier I said, for men to really be great in life, it just makes this world a greater place. He's challenged a lot because of how good he is. That is kind of the name of the game as well. For you to get so good at something, other people hear about how good you are, and they're going to show up sooner or later to really see if you're really as good as they say. If you're really about, you know, whatever your skill or craft or pursuit is in life. Everything changes. Okay. That's kind of, those fights, which I don't want to spend too much time on, because you should see it yourself, and because it really is. Oh my god, it's groundbreaking. It's absolutely groundbreaking choreography. It is just so well done. Oh man, for the the actors to actually practice, you know what I mean? Um, to be honest, I do not know if every part of these fights in the film are scripted. They might not be. It might really just be the two actors who are in flow state, and they're just sparring how they always spar for hours and hours to get this good for the camera. Yes, the fights are awesome, but life is far from perfect. If only it could be like that. I think I think most guys would be thriving right now. Most guys would be loving their lives. If it was that simple as, okay, discipline, yes, I got to pick something to do and keep on doing it and just not give up and just keep going until I get really good at it, and then perhaps the rest of the pieces that I'm looking for in life will fall in place. Yes, essentially. But what makes this such a visceral and intense experience, and I'm talking about the um, male human condition, it's when things don't go your way, right? This is where I believe masculinity becomes a foundation that you fall back on. Okay, it's actually, if it's strong, if you've been practicing it, you know if you took the time to fortify these principles and these ideals, to that you can never turn your back on, that you would always hold true and dear. This is why God is the best. If you're going to hold anything, for certain, I would have you use biblical virtue. You really can't go wrong with everything that God teaches, everything that Jesus preaches in the Bible, because this, I want to say, is an absolute guarantee. I've had my fair share of experience with it so far, and I'm really just talking about the suffering aspects of life itself. I'm talking about tragedy, and I'm talking about misfortune. I'm talking about whatever you want to chalk it up to. This is karma. This is bad luck. This is ill fate. I used to be more willing to conclude, certain outcomes and situations in life as due to these things. But and when you're a Christian, you understand Father preordains all. So that kind of that really can drastically pivot your worldview, because then now you see God never gives too much. This is what I mean. It's taught that God never pushes anyone past the point of them being truly overtaken. They like this is going to get them killed. They genuinely cannot handle this. It's no, I believe Father is so perfectly precise. He'll get as close as he needs to in order to help you enact maturity, growth, and transformation. Okay, Master Ip experiences his, I believe, through the beginning of World War II. It's like overnight. It's so freaking crazy. It is like his world is turned upside down. Okay, within the blink of an eye. You know, um, was it Foshan, his hometown, where most of the events of this, really all of the events of this film are taking place. Ip Man, his hometown is 300,000 strong. That's a lot of people, dude. 300,000 strong. The Japanese occupation begins, and that shrinks to 70,000. How many people didn't make it? Okay, all right, by no fault of their own. These people are just really innocents living of their own volition peacefully in their homeland. Like, you know what I mean? Born here, raised here, and die here. Such is the nature of war and invading forces. And the Japanese show up and they take everything away from Master Ip. What they cannot take, what they are not able to rob him of, though they pretty much take everything else, they are not able to take his principles as a man. This is so key. Okay, when we're talking about a standard of excellent masculinity, circumstances, if your reasons to be who you are in the best way possible, okay, if they're strong enough, circumstances cannot shake you in this way. Okay, what are Master Ip's principles? I believe some of them would be, I love my wife. It doesn't matter. I don't matter. Like when it comes to the wifey, I really don't. He starves for her. Like what? Okay, like as long as she eats and our baby eats, then everything's fine. Why? Why? Why does he do that? You know what I mean? Like why is it so easy for him to like almost instinctually, like without thinking, okay, I need to remove myself out of this picture. There is no I can't there is no regard of the self here. Okay, it must be about who I care about and who I love the most, because to do that is difficult and it's painful and it requires discipline. Because you have to suffer. You can't have both. Do you feel me on that, brother? You can't protect your wife, okay? And you can't love your kid while at the same time keeping yourself as comfortable and secure and plumb as possible. These things just don't go hand in hand. And for Master Ip, it's not a choice. He doesn't. I believe he doesn't even look at it like that. He just takes on the burden, okay, instantly, immediately. Okay, his wife doesn't mention it. You know what I mean? Like that's not a conversation they had to have. And even if that, I'm not trying to speak for all. I'm not trying to speak for all couples and all circumstances of tragedy here. It's okay for that conversation to be had. But the way that Master Ip holds so closely, like his principles as a self-actualized man, there's no need. He his first reaction is, I got it. I just want you to be safe. I just want you to be well. Because you're the only woman I love. Their son. No brainer. No brainer. That's an extension of himself. More, I believe through his eyes, more precious than himself. That's his own soul running around. Okay, riding the tricycle, playing cops and robbers. Loves this boy, and so you see, that makes his sense of masculinity that much easier to engage with, to keep intact, even during a time period of such strife and chaos. Okay, and honestly, merciless, horrific, disgusting acts of atrocity and war crimes happening all around him. Okay, people are being killed for fun. It's okay. It's definitely a time of of bitter hardship. Okay, for a man who understands that this is what he's built for. Of course, he'd rather not, but when it comes down to it, it's all good. It's all good. He's really about it. Okay, he's held up by how much he loves what gives his life meaning. For Master Ip, that's people. That's his family. Okay, and that's also community. You know, I found that scene with the interpreter, the translator, the traitor. Though it's difficult to blame him, and it's not that I'm defending some downright heinous actions that he made in this film, but it's that I understand where he's coming from, because he's just another human being. And in this way, I believe anyone can empathize, because he's just trying not to die, and he's also trying not to starve. He just wants to be safe, and he just wants to eat. That is very human. So that's why I say it's understandable. But I mean, here's the thing though. Master Ip, same thing. Same thing. But goodness gracious, this man's Master Ip's principles are so, he holds them so precious that there are just some things that are unthinkable for him, which is treachery, which is selling out your brothers. Okay, like this was so tough, bro. He was literally hurting, people that, like, I mean, maybe not close friends, but right, they were all a part of the same town. He was like one of the head policemen or whatever. He was like was he the chief or a captain or something like that? Everyone knows everyone, and that was kind of his thing. He would walk around, keeping order. Okay, like that's a very dignified duty for a man. And lo and behold, when a new power comes in, he immediately folds. He just Master Ip is so upset with him that you'd be willing to do something like this. You would lead your own brothers to death. Okay, simply because you were told to do so. Calls him a lackey. This is so here. This is pretty. For me, this was so deep, and I want to explain why. You remember when they had that argument? You remember how defensive the interpreter got? What did he scream over and over and over? This is after Master Ip slapped him and like really gave him his 2 cents. He was so upset with him because he was also mourning. he was in a state of grief. Those are his brothers too. And then he went there to find out. Well, first, that was a fellow martial arts master. So like respect, and I would say they're buddies. You know what I mean? That was the first fight of the film, and to see him go out like that, it's just pure evil. It's like literally just pure evil. This is kind of a sidebar, but that's a testament to the character of the Japanese general. Evil, bad guy, villain, sure. However, a martial artist at his core, though. This is very respectable. I was just like, you love to see it, because even though he's on the enemy side, I guess, you know what I'm saying, you could say, if in this film, then it's kind of like, oh, the good guys and the people that we want to see survive and be okay are the Chinese people. Then sure, he is on the side that's wrong, as the invading forces of the Japanese occupation in China during the events of World War II. General Miura. But what did he say, though? Here's the thing. He said, "How dare you?" He said, "This is an arena for combat arts, martial arts. You fire that gun again, I'll kill you." And that was just like, whoa, that's one of his own officers. He could have very easily have been like, what, he could have laughed. You know what I mean? Like if he was evil, okay. If he was, malicious, he was, twisted in this way, he could have laughed, or he could have been like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, you, that was foolish, or no. I believe he was so upset because it went against principle, brother. Principle. Masculine principle. It broke a code of honor. It's not about killing. This is about who is more skilled. Is it Japanese martial arts or is it Chinese martial arts? That's what we're trying to do here. That's why he was livid at his officer for murdering the other martial arts master, who he bit off more than he could chew. Unfortunately, he was so successful with his 1v1s. Who knows? Maybe for weeks' time. We don't know how many times he kept going back. I'm willing to bet off camera it had been more than twice. He's been, this is how he gets his sack of rice every day, and good for him, because he's so good at his the school that he owns. That particular style, he's great at it. And so a 1v1 is nothing to him with one of these Japanese soldiers. So that's why he asks for 3. But Father teaches that pride comes before the fall. Maybe a little bit of greed there as well. Probably less greed, because, one sack of rice, you know what I mean? We don't know how big his family is. We get a glimpse of them when Master Ip goes to pay his respects, but right? He's got his wifey, and we don't know how many kids he has, or maybe more than just his family. He's trying to also feed close friends, and you know what I mean? So, but pride struck him here, brother. I'll take 3. You already won, bro. You already won, man. You got your sack of rice. Go home, and go to your wife and kids and eat and enjoy the fruits of your labor. In these war-torn times, that sack of rice is a sack of gold. And he just wanted more. And maybe also there was also vengeance, right? Stirring in his soul, seeing what the Japanese are doing to his countrymen, to his hometown, right? The people and whatnot. 300,000 to 70K is freaking wild. And he asked for 3, and he surrenders. He can't he started getting whooped really bad, and he forfeits, right, so he doesn't get killed, and that's when he gets shot. This is it's brutal because this is where we see almost the true Master Ip revealed. Okay, so for us as the audience, so epic. Okay, so like what a spectacle, because this is Master Ip unleashed. You know, this is him. This is him in peak form. Nothing held back. No more punches being pulled, which is really crazy because if you remember, up until that scene, the 1v10, oh my God, bro, the 1v10, before the 1v10, he's so, oh my God. Like this, I'm telling you, bro, I'm geeking out because this movie is masculinity gold. It's masculinity gold. Okay. And remember, as you continue to listen to me tonight, as we continue to vibe, I just want you to, like, you know, I want you to, I also want you to keep at the forefront of your viewing experience the contrast between these, this really divine, healthy masculinity we, uh, we continue to see on display from Master Ip, and how closely it mirrors Jesus. Okay, especially for this next one because of restraint. Restraint. You know, not allowing yourself, okay, to take it too far. Because you and I, as human beings, really, any human soul has such a depth for passion. Passion that can be directed in a myriad of ways. Okay, appetite, power, lust, right? Fame, fortune, all sorts of ways that that things can get out of hand. And that's why I mean, self-restraint has to be one of the, I want to say, strongest, one of the most powerful masculine abilities for any man to perfect. Strive to perfect himself. The first rival master. Okay, when the dudes from the boonies, these are like rural countrymen. Okay, that the country gang is what I'm going to call them. I forget their names. They pull up and they start, oh my God, they start throwing hands at everybody and beating everyone because he's gifted. Clearly, the country fellow, the country master, was like, wow, he's really lethal. He's very, very, very good, and he's beating everybody. Can't beat, of course, he can't beat Master Ip though, because Master Ip's the freaking best, But even with him, he got beat so badly with what? He got beat so badly with a feather duster. Yeah, okay. It's actually, not gonna lie. I don't know if that might be a little bit worse. You know what I mean? Like, if it's like punches and kicks and all, both guys are going all out, then it's like, oh, okay, I lost fair and square. Brother, you were trying your freaking butt off, okay? And you got cleaned out by this man with a feather duster. Like, that is like actually embarrassing. That's very emasculating. You want to talk about masculinity, but I mean, hey, what can I say? You know what I mean? Master Ip is never looking for it. Yeah, I freaking, like, you just got you 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 just love this dude. He's never even looking for it. Okay, it's these guys that are just like, I challenge you. Okay, you freaking Wing Chun master. Yeah, right. Okay, I'll show you some real kung fu. And the next thing they know, they're getting spanked in the butt with a feather duster. It's freaking excellent. Oh my God. But I believe for the first time that we see in this film, I believe what overtook Master Ip was righteous fury. Like that's intolerable. This is for me, this is also very biblical, because after a certain point, when you are faced with undeniable, just pure evil, negotiation is out the window. You feel me on that? There's talking is you. It's really, it gets to that point where like evil, you know, how you can't use words. Okay, there's only one option left. In the face of pure evil, you must eradicate it. You can't negotiate with it. You cannot tolerate it. You cannot allow it to continue to be, because really any of those options are really going to extend the lifespan of allowing this evil to continue. And so when we see this concept that I'm trying to iterate right now unfold in the scene of the 1v10, this was something truly to behold. Like this is frightening. This is some terrifying stuff, actually, because a man of his caliber, okay, with skill, at such an elite level, uncapped, unleashed. I can't hold back, because Master Ip has indignation running through his veins. Rightfully so. He's literally watching his brothers be slaughtered. No rhyme, no reason. It's unjust and it's unfair. Okay? So he's begging to be let out of the gate. Right? It's crazy too. It's pretty crazy too, because the interpreter was kind of like, take it easy, brother, relax, take it easy. And Master Ip wasn't having it. Master Ip was like, if you don't open this gate right now, and he steps out there and he goes, I want 10. That's freaking nuts. The General Miura was like, what did he just say? Who is this guy? Oh, I gotta see this. Okay, 3 units are called up. 10, okay, Japanese martial artists. All right, of these, and I don't know. Yeah, maybe are they just common Japanese soldiers? I'm not trying to further dramatize the situation. It is already very dramatic, but I'm just saying, bro. I would not be surprised if they're all elite fighters themselves. These guys are like trained, okay, like very well practiced. Like these guys are not just like typical, you know what I mean, troops. 10 of these guys surround Master Ip, and it's not even a fight. Like, oh, a 10v1. Oh, this is going to be it's not a fight, bro. It's a freaking massacre. It's a massacre. Okay. Oh God. So this is Wing Chun at its deadliest, like when Wing Chun is being practiced without mercy, without restraint. This is some absolutely brutal stuff, bro. You saw what I saw. He's snapping limbs like chicken wings. These guys, some of those Japanese soldiers, bro, they're never gonna fight ever again. They're done. They're gonna have to like take military leave. Their bone structure was reversed. Oh my God, bro. You remember the poor fellow who did the split, and his leg past his knee went up. Okay. And then the other one who got his arm bent who had his arm pinned behind his back, if that wasn't bad enough, it was reversed again to like bend the opposite way. Like this is these are crippling injuries. I was just like, good Lord, it's uncomfortable because he could not restrain himself any further. You know, like this is really, I guess, a moment where Master Ip was pushed to the point where he's so blinded, you know, by wrath, vengeance, indignation, right? Righteous fury, like so upset that the events he just witnessed are not at all justified. There is no reason for this. This shouldn't be happening. Okay, this is just pure evil. And so, you know, when that happens, and now here's the thing, I believe this is truly necessary in this world. Okay, like us as men of the 21st century, when pure evil does arrive, okay, it is the guys who are not going to negotiate because we're coming off of previously established principle. And how do you know you're doing the right thing when there's such a crazy chaotic situation such as this of life and death? I believe there's only one verification, and that is of the Lord. Innocents are being slaughtered. You know, I don't know if this is biblical. This is my personal interpretation. I do not know if this is, you know, explicitly stated in Christian doctrine of like, this is what should be done. This is the right thing to do, you know, and it's right here. I don't know. I actually I would love to, I need to do deeper research myself, but you know, would Jesus Christ himself say in the face of a situation like this, vanquish that evil? I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. But when it gets to that point, women are being harmed, you know, kids are being harmed. This is what I mean, brother. These are those extreme situations in life where it can't be words anymore. There can be no more words. You know, his own family got uncomfortably close. Goodness gracious. Like, holy dude. He's obviously like the most evil character of the film, but he gets there, right? And he's got a real gun pointed at his son, right? Playing cops and robbers with him. Okay, because his son is so young, he has no idea. He's staring down an actual barrel that could kill him. You know, he's just too young. Doesn't know. Probably thinks it's a toy. And he shows up. He shows up because he's looking for Master Ip. And you remember what does he do? He looks up at his wife. And we as men, we both know exactly what he was thinking. That is non-negotiable pure evil. Okay, you can't you can't talk, you know, about that. There's no talking. You know what I mean, bro? There is one thing that must be done. I must stand in the way. It's going to have to be through me, and for any guy to, I'm sure any man can relate, especially when it's his own. I mean, even just a woman, just any woman, you'd feel like this. But good Lord, when it's your one true queen, okay, he did not. Master Ip, thankfully, did not have to give it much thought, and all three of these guys were knocked out almost as fast as they showed up. I was like, let's freaking go. And of course the interpreter had to, you know, get his kicks in too, because these guys beat him up and bully him like every single day. Like, what a life. And and real quick, you see, it's so interesting because it's almost as if the interpreter's character represents an abandonment of masculine principle. no honor, no dignity, all self-preservation. Okay, no empathy, no compassion. Ba- basically, you could say the very opposite of uh, I want to say biblical and natural masculinity. And what am I referring to is cowardice. This is why he kept screaming, even after like Master Ib beat him up a little bit. He kept yelling and screaming, "I'm not a lackey. I'm an interpreter. I'm not a lackey. I'm an interpreter." What he was really trying to say was, "I'm not a coward." Why? Because deep down he knows that's exactly how he's behaving. That's exactly how he's living every single day. He has to be so he's it's brutal. His suffering is he's being continually reminded every single day. Every time he's choosing cowardice. I don't want to get hurt. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just, I want to be out of harm's way. Okay. You guys are all killing my people. You're all subjugating my people. You're subjugating me. That's fine. Just please don't hurt me. You know, this is why I want to credit this. I want to credit just this right here, this point, since we've gotten here, to Jordan Peterson. That's who I learned it from. And Jordan Peterson says you cannot be harmless as a guy. You can't. You're in for a bad time. You're in for a really bad life. And it's not. And it's like, oh, so I need to be able to harm. I I need to, and he was specific too. Mr. Peterson said, no, it's not that you're going to go out of your way to be a tyrant, to oppress, to bully, to exert dominance over others because you're quote unquote strong. But without that strength, you're harmless. And if you're harmless, that's what happens. That's what happens. See, brother, like I want you to see this clearly. This is why our pursuit, yes, like you and me right now in the modern day America, 2026, you know, it's so crucial for you and I to chase the very best of our own masculinity, because when it comes down to it and evil arrives, then what is to be done? Do you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, what is to be done? I'm really not trying to detract from just the the capabilities and you know how incredible women and children are, but I mean really just that situation is ghastly, brother. The implications there are unfathomable. Okay, how? This is how, bro. All you need to do for that scene, what? Very simple. Just one thing. You just remove Master Ip. That's it. Let him be. Let him be. On that day, he was doing overtime at the mines. He was still walking back from work, like, you know, um, some of his coworkers were like, hey, we found an abandoned, I don't know what, you know what I'm saying, bro. I'm just trying to think. We found an abandoned rice mill. There's some extra rice, and he goes with them to go get some for his family. He just doesn't have to be there. And those three soldiers show up. What would have happened to his wife? What would have happened to his kid? This is exactly what I mean. Brother, when you and I are not there, what does evil do to the world? I don't know if this is a direct quote. If I could extend and reinforce this, oh, one of the best male self-improvement quotes of the 21st century. by Jordan Peterson. Men cannot be harmless. You cannot be harmless. The world, like, harmless men are now the world goes awry. And I want to further extend that with another quote, which I really do believe, and it really helps push all of this home. Okay, almost the whole film of Ip Man, it really sends it home for you and me when the quote goes, how does evil persist, in this world? Like, how do, man, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, real freaking evil, okay? Like, just awful, awful things happening to women and children, okay? To society, terrible things happening to peace, to, like, just people being able to live out harmless lives. And what do I mean by harmless lives? These people are just, being themselves, right? Human expression through their own reality without harming themselves and without harming anyone else. Okay, if every single person were to do that on planet Earth, it would be a utopia. It would have been a utopia out the gate. And that's just not. You know what I'm saying? That's just not how humanity works. It's when good men do nothing. A harmless man cannot be good. It's like, it makes you really think, like, you trying in life, bro, like, you really, pushing it, going for it, okay? Like, however you can in your situation. We're all struggling. We're all living our own unique situations of suffering. It's so real, okay? But it has to be said, brother, and it's so wonderfully portrayed in the film Ip Man. No matter who you are and what's happening to you, bro, you still have a choice every single day. Like, no matter what, there is some sort of opportunity waiting for you to find it, in which you can work on yourself, in which you can get better and you can get stronger. That's possible for you. Okay, in of course, within the parameters of your own unique situation. You know what I mean? Like, no, if you got some serious health complications right now, then no, you're not going to be able to, like, become Mr. Olympia. Okay, you know what I mean? I highly recommend all men train, but it has to be realistic according to your life. And so it's like, I believe in this way, there is always something that can be done that proves you are a great man. If it's for others, then do that. And if there's no one around you, then do it for yourself. Then do it for yourself, bro. It's because it's worth it. When you do better, you get closer to your best results, like what you're looking for out of life. Okay, like the best people that are meant to be with you, you get closer to that, and you getting closer to that and achieving that, having that in your life is your individual contribution to pushing the entire world towards a better place. It goes up, and it starts with you. It's you, okay? And then let it be her, and then it's you, and it's her, and then it's you, and it's her, and then now it's your kids. Okay, and that is healthy, that is thriving, and then it keeps going, and it keeps spreading, and then it's community. And at that point, it may be very well past you, but that's fine, because that's exactly how it works, I believe. Okay, you have all these strong men who are all fostering strong, healthy, families, protected, supported, okay, raised, upright, and upstanding. Then that ripples into a a wonderful community. Community is the world. Community extends into the world. It's just I really can't think. I really can't think of much else that would truly glorify Father than humanity thriving. We're all doing right by each other. I know this is getting I didn't mean for it to end so idealistic tonight. But that ideal is everything. I believe Father preaches that ideal. Reach, brother, up, higher than you are right now. Better than you were yesterday. You got to go for it. And so in this way, the current standard is miles away from what the ideal is. The ideal exists in your head. It is imagined. It's not here yet. It isn't real because it's waiting to be done by you. That's what it comes down to. This, and I want to end on it. I want to end on this. This is majestically exemplified through Master Ip's actions. What I was blown away, bro. That ending was incredible. Okay? Because one man said, "No, I will not stand for this. This is not okay. I don't care who you guys are. I don't care where you're from. You can't do this to people." And that effort, that spirit, those principles that make him the man that he is, they push, they extend into everyone else. And up until the point, the Chinese people were like, "Yo, you know what? There's so many of us. We can do something about this," and they do. It's amazing. It's such a like and brother, it actually happened too. You know, like it's real. This actually went down. It's so crazy. That's one guy, brother. You are that man. Okay, like our brothers, all of our fellow kings. You know, as individuals, it takes one. This is almost in direct correlation to the fire that brims within a man when he is exercising his masculine spirit. That is a gift from Father, I believe. Dad very intentionally puts that into all of his sons. We have it because we are of God. It's up to you, bro. It's up to you, brother, whether you will use it or not. I say use it. I say chase it. I say go for it, brother. Go for it. The best man you can be. Okay? When you do that, you are going to become more masculine because you're gonna discover it. You're gonna explore these parts of yourself. How strong could you get? You know? Incorporate the gym routine on a weekly basis. How strong can you really get? How capable, how competent could you really get at a skill, at a craft, at a pursuit that you genuinely care about, bro? Don't be fooled, you know, because Master Ip is so clean with his hands, but that, you see, that's his craft. You have one too. If as of right now you're looking at me thinking, I genuinely don't know. That doesn't mean that I don't know does not equate to you don't have one. It just means it's time to go. It's time to go, man. It's time to get started. It's time to try. Okay? That's all it is. That's all it is. Okay? One step after the other, and you just keep going. Okay, what is ahead of you? What is ahead of you is everything that you're looking for. It's a masculinity. Masculinity has, I believe, in this time period, has never been such an indispensable rite of passage for all of us, brother. So you're looking for more. You're looking for fulfillment. You're looking for meaning. You're looking for who you really are. You're looking for all of these things, brother. Okay, watch. You heard me yap this long about all of that, and you haven't seen it yet, brother. You gotta watch Ip Man, 2008, starring Donnie Yen. Okay, who really becomes the master Ip himself. What a wonderful rendition of this man's biography. Oh, goodness gracious. I believe he's also, historically speaking, he's also the master of Bruce Lee. Of course he is. Like, okay, Bruce Lee, the legend himself. Of course, this is his master. Oh man, dude, it's freaking awesome stuff. And there's actually a lot. There's a bunch. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it going with like more Ip Mans, but there's actually a lot. It's a trilogy, and then there's more after that. But I'm talking about, yep, the first one, 2008. Ooh, so good. It really shows you why you need to become that man. It's in you, bro. It's in you, bro. And you have your best life, the best people waiting for you. Everything, brother, rides on your willingness to find out. And you're looking for a little bit of help, okay? Or just another guy trying to do the same thing. You find me right here at the Pillars of Man podcast. Is what I do. I talk about God, anime, and movies to help you with your life. If you like content like that, you hit the subscribe button for me. If you're listening on Spotify, you can follow me on there. Wherever you find this, you shoot me a follow. I'd love to catch you for the next one. But until then, take it easy. Take good care of yourself, and I love you so much. Peace.